Hello and welcome to another video. So today we are taking a quick look, and why I mean quick, I mean one game, of a Jorm self-damage dark bat face deck. I don't know what I'm going to call this thing yet, but overall it's really shabby. I don't have, of course, every single thing I would need. Most decks I've seen recommend, 3 of that, 3 Jorm, 2 dark face is actually pretty standard, so that's okay. But I'm basically just missing those couple of key cards as the main 2, which really you'd swap out basically disagreeable demons, get rid of those probably, and just kind of swap out one of these other cards here that you have 3 of that you could easily drop down to 2, probably even just dropping out the Mask of Black Death. I think I'm also missing Zodiac Demon is another card that is run quite regularly with this deck that I'm missing, but overall, I wanted to at least give this a go, so... Damn, I apologize. Anyway, I wanted to give this a good go first, before anything else, because I was really interested in it and wanted to give it a shot, so we'll get right into it and check it out. And here's our game. It is versing Portal, which I thought was at least interesting because Portal is a fairly interesting class. I highly recommend not playing this deck on ladder or anything if you are. Just use it for some fun, really. That's all I've been able to use it for so far, unless you do have, a pretty solid deck, which I'm sure there are much better ones out there. This was very shabby, but I really wanted to at least give it a shot, so this is just a very awkward version of it. We did get a nice Jorm though, because they're only on 1, keeping it at hand on the intro is usually an okay play. And the Magsteel Lion on their turn is actually not too bad for us. We can deal with that pretty quickly and not have to worry too much at all, but taking in just a couple damage, I can usually secure my games okay from there. So puppets, a little bit of a pain. I like my draw power in this deck, and not having it really does hurt, but we do get to at least remove this and ping a little bit of damage, boosting our Dark Beast bat in our deck a little bit, so that's not bad at all. I really wanted to try and push as much early game as I could, just because I think that's the only way this deck has to win, is to really push the early game hard, get all of your stuff out, so then when you do your couple of big swing turns from about turn 5 to 7 sort of range, when you want to start dropping, Narked and things like that, that you can really start putting pressure down.
I'm not doing this for you.
So we get the Disagreeable Demon, Mask of Black Death, just a basic line of defense really, holding ourselves off.
Wish I tried harder.
I'm actually flying.
Blodcraft though, really good at swarming, so they do get to play a lot. So it's not too surprising that they do get a heap out here that we have to deal with basically immediately, but I really wanted to get this out on curve because I think it's going to be the key to dealing with Blodcraft in this matchup. Being able to remove all their stuff with it is extremely beneficial to me.
Oh, the engine's busted. Weapons, got you covered.
And we can at least avoid any kind of big issues.
Join me on a musical journey.
But not too shabby. I mean, 7-5 is okay. Their board is a real nuisance, but hopefully with what we've got we can remove at least a good portion of it and get this Jorm hopefully to within range of being usable. Of course, we've already seen at least one banishment already, so a second one wouldn't be too surprising. I do decide to use Wardrobe Raider over playing the Scarlet, mainly because I can use the Evolve on this a little more effectively and get the advantage out of Scarlet later.
The march goes on.
Plus setting up a nice ward with a little bit of healing on itself.
This machine shall weave your fate.
So opponent just going pretty standard Portal plays, trying to build their board as wide as possible with a good amount of draw power. Not really an issue for us. That trade though does hurt a little bit. Would have preferred if they killed the 7-1, but beggars can't be choosers in this situation.
The gears of fate still turn.
But we can at least start our Dark Ram play. And if you notice, Mask of Black Death plus self-damage still counts on both Dark Bat Feast Bat, whatever, that card, and also for Ram. So even if you have Mask of Black Death up and take damage, even though it's negated by Mask of Black Death, it actually ends up still counting to your total, which is great for anyone who didn't know that. Of course, we still get to block out a pretty good chunk of damage, and we actually get an awesome card for our draw, which we really needed, being able to draw as much as we can, and we also get another Demonic Ram. So we actually have double the healing now, so every 2 health we play, we're actually gaining 2 back now with this.
Damn.
And we get better Razor Claw, so we actually go to full health, clear everything off, get a good amount of damage to face, and ram 3. This is what you want with this deck. This is how you want it to go off. Unfortunately, it's extremely rare when I get this to work, but it is great fun when it does. So Manga Legacy kind of ruining my day. I don't like it when Magda just comes down and absolutely decimates my board like that, but it should have been pretty expected. We can at least remove 1. I believe Dark Feast Bat is sitting at 5 or 6 at this point. It wasn't quite within lethal range, it was at 5. Which means we're only really banking on getting any kind of damage card. I mean, if we get the Bat card, 0 drop, that we can play, we actually can win the game straight off that, because it will deal 2 damage to the face, plus 6 from the Dark Feast Bat for a lethal. So all we're really after is that 1 card. We just need to make it that far. And we need it basically this turn, or we are pretty screwed. So it was very top deck heavy. Any actual damage would have been good, but that was absolutely perfect. Getting our Gift to the Bloodkin, Gift to Bloodkin, amazing. Gets us the damage in, gets us that ping off, also gets us a nice little bit of healing and a way to easily go face. I mean, any kind of damage would have saved us because we wouldn't have been in lethal range. Or we could have avoided lethal range at least, which would have been good. But this just worked out perfect. So I got to try out this deck, basically. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing it. The losses I got with it wasn't so great. I played probably 10 games and I only had that 1 win. So the deck itself isn't a very big winner deck, but it is a fun one to play, and I'm sure if you have all the cards for it, you could definitely win more games, so that wouldn't be too surprising. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this, even if it was a little bit shorter, and I'll catch you guys next time. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. You can find this deck list in the description below. Have a great time.